not where you want to be in your life at this very moment. 10 years ago, you had a vision of where you wanted to be at this very moment. And the only reason that you are not even close to where you want to be is because of excuses. Stop making excuses. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the JS Show. It's another exciting, action-packed, hard-hitting episode. I love, as I've said before, I love these. Man, especially after the last couple of days, man, work has been absolutely killing me. I don't know. Mentally, it's been very, very draining, and this is exactly what I need right now. So I'm glad to see you guys here. I hope you're excited to be here. A little bit of housekeeping real quick. Right now, currently, I am doing 30-day monk mode. If you don't know what monk mode is, go check out my video I posted a couple days ago. And then after you watch that, because I didn't do a great job explaining it, go watch the linked video to E-Man Gadget, where he, the creator of monk mode, explains it more in detail. If you haven't been keeping up, I haven't even posted any of the vlogs yet, but I'm trying to do daily vlogs. It's harder than I thought, to be honest. A lot harder. I'm not used to having my phone out, camera, videotaping a lot of what I do in my day, and it's definitely an adjustment. I definitely suck at it, I will be honest. But maybe over this 30-day period, I will hopefully get better at it. So we'll see. But man, I don't know. It's fun. I'm excited to see where I'm at the end of the 30 days. I'm telling you, whatever you want to think it is, whether it's the devil, whether it's the world, whatever, it tries to hold you back so far from greatness, because I'm 3 days into the monk mode, and the last 2 days, I really just wanted to curl up into the fetal position and say, screw everything. And it's mainly because of my job. But the way that I have to look at it is, I'm where I'm at in my life for a reason, to accomplish something, and so I need to make the most out of it, what I'm doing right now, the most that I can. So yeah, that I have to keep myself motivated thinking like that. And I have to stop making excuses. Boom, nice segue. No, but yeah, the only other housekeeping thing is, I am on the brink of 100 subscribers, which isn't it's a big milestone, but it's not like 100,000 or a million, whatever. I wish I were there, but nobody here shares my videos, so what can I say? No. But I am doing a 100 subscriber giveaway. First 100 subscribers will get randomly into a generator, pick one winner, and they'll get $100. I know it's not much, but man, your boy's pockets right now are not very heavy. I'm in that grind phase right now, so working on it. But the giveaways as I progress will get better, because hopefully I'll be making a lot more money by then. So I'll be able to do cooler giveaways. I'd like to do cars, and I have so much planned. I just need to work to get there, and that's what I'm doing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. If you haven't already guessed, we're talking about making excuses today. Excuses, man. There's a lot of sayings about excuses. One that is very common amongst my family is, excuses are like buttholes. Everybody has one, and they all stink. No, no, I'm not. I'm not going where I was going to go with that. Um, but yeah, if you think about just that saying, it's true. Have you ever met somebody that hasn't made an excuse for something? Have you? Yourself? Anybody? Everybody makes an excuse for whatever they don't want to do, why they didn't do something, why they aren't accomplishing whatever. Excuses are a huge part of our daily life. We probably make at least 10, 15 excuses on a daily basis, would be my guess. Some more, maybe some less. But yeah, excuses are, man, they're intense. I don't know if intense is the right word, but excuses are a huge vice, and I don't really, I don't know what else to call them besides a vice. They really hold you back from achieving what you want to achieve, and it's tough. Yeah, but so I want to dive deep into excuses. Like, why do we make excuses? And the simplest answer I can give you to why we make excuses is because excuses are really just an easy way out of stuff. Think about it. If a kid, or as a kid, I'm sure every kid has an excuse, but your parents, they ask you to clean your room. All right, can you go clean your room right now? And you're like, yeah, yeah. And then you go. And I know this probably me as a kid. I had some cool toys, but I'd go to my room to clean, and as I'm cleaning, I find a toy that I haven't seen in a while. Ooh, this is a fun toy. I want to play with this. So I get playing, and then before I know it, Mom's standing in the doorway like, dude, why is your room not clean? And I'm like, oh, I found this toy and I wanted to have some fun and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. I know it's a bad example, just kids, but excuses start from such a young age, and we use them to get out of doing things that A, are either hard, B, we don't want to do, or C, a combination of the two. Another reason we make excuses is because as humans, we crave comfort. Just think about it. Think about all the things that you do on a daily basis to keep yourself comfortable. Like, just think, right now in my car, it's been chilly the last few days. So in my car, I'll go, I don't have remote start, but it's because my car is a manual. Manuals are better. I would sacrifice remote start for manual car every day. But think about it, remote start. How comforting is that? You could stand at your front window, start your car with a couple clicks of a button, and then 5 minutes later you got your car's warm, your heated seats are on, or your cooled seats depending on the time of the year. That heater or AC is blowing, and now you're all comfortable. We crave comfort as humans, and it holds us back from so many things, because if you want to grow, you can't be comfortable, because comfortable keeps you in one spot. I get in this chair, I'm comfortable, I don't want to move. But guess what? Just a little bit that way is something awesome. But I am too comfortable, and I don't want to make myself uncomfortable, so I make an excuse to sit here in this chair. And half the time the excuse is I'm comfortable, I don't want to do it. Even though right over there is something amazing. That's the thing with today's world. As I think as Americans and some European countries and stuff, we're very blessed to have what we have. And it's almost come to the point where we're trained to not want to do hard things. Like, hey, if you want to be comfortable, if you want to take it easy, that's okay. That's acceptable. You're good. We don't push ourselves enough. People don't push each other enough. I love my high school basketball coach. Great guy, great basketball mind. But he got to the point where he stopped pushing us. Well, he didn't push his players anymore. And so, like, how many people do you know that play basketball? If you play basketball or any sport, how many sports do you play that you don't do conditioning, where you push yourself to your limits more and more each day? That way, that limit gets farther and farther. I remember at one point playing competitive basketball where we did so much conditioning. I could go and play a 40-minute game, running up and down the court fast paced the whole time, play the whole game, and be able to go play another game just like it just a couple hours later. But when I got to high school and I had this coach that he didn't really, I don't know, what his philosophy was on conditioning, but we would we wouldn't do it. We'd get in games and we would die. It was hard. Back then, I didn't have the discipline to really push I pushed myself. I was in the weight room all the time. Like, I was disciplined enough to, between my junior year and senior year of high school, I put on just either 20 or 30 pounds of muscle. I was in the gym, eating all the right stuff, putting on muscle. That way I could bully some kids around. But then I lost that discipline when I got to college and got fat. Now we're trying to redevelop that discipline and lose all that. But yeah, we are trained to do things the easy way. We're trained to pick comfort over discomfort. We're trained to take the easy route, even though the road less traveled might actually be better for us. If you, Success does not come easily. There's some people that may make it look easy, but on the inside, they are fighting like a dog for it. And man, that is something that is very rare now. A lot of people have lost their fight. They fight for their freedom, for their family, for their marriage, for whatever. They have lost their fight because they just want to be comfortable. And man, we make too many excuses just so we can stay comfortable. And so, why do we make excuses? Because we crave comfort over success. A lot of times you will find that comfort and success do not go together. If you want ultimate success, you have to be uncomfortable and be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Alright, so what are some common excuses that we use? In my notes here, I put next to common excuses, I put in quotes lies. Because really, excuses are basically lies that we're telling ourselves. They're lies that we're telling ourselves so we don't have to do something, so we telling that we can't do something. So some common excuses that we make to ourselves are, when you make excuses, you're lying to yourself. So here they are. I'm too tired. I'm not good enough. I don't feel like it. I don't have enough time. I don't have the thing I need to do whatever it is. I'm waiting on so-and-so to come into my life or to happen. I'm not done planning. It's too risky. I'm worried about what people will think of me. Those are all lies. Hey, I'm preaching to the choir here. They're all lies. Let's see. I've told myself every one of those plus more. But those are just the common ones I could think of. Let's hit on them real quick. I'm too tired. How many times have you told yourself you're too tired to do something? I know I've plenty of times I told myself I'm too tired to work out. My day was too rough to work out. It happened the other day. Um, yeah. The second one is I'm not good enough. How many times have you told yourself you're not good enough? Because what happens is you tell yourself stuff like that enough, you're gonna believe it and you're gonna start to act like it. But in reality, when you tell yourself you're not good enough, you're lying to yourself. Quit lying to yourself. You are good enough. You have everything you need to be able to do what you want to accomplish. Next one is I don't have the thing I need to do it. Okay, good one. It's one that I've been working on overcoming right now. I really want to get into legit real estate investing. And so I'm like, I don't have the money to do it. I really don't have the money. But there are ways to do it without. I don't need the money to do it. I can figure out how to do it. And that's the thing. So I've been telling myself long enough that I don't have the thing to do what I want to do. And I started to believe it, and I just pushed it off. But it's right there. I just gotta go out and grab it. And same for you. When you don't have that thing that you are looking for to start that business, to better your marriage with your spouse, to better your finances, to invest in whatever, you don't have that thing, you're lying to yourself. It's out there. You got to find it. It's you. You have to work for it. It may be a little bit harder than having the thing, but you can still do it. You're just making an excuse because you want to be comfortable. You want it to be easy. Well, guess what? It may never be easy for you. Next thing is, I am waiting on so-and-so. So many times we tell ourselves that we are waiting on something or someone to come into our life that is just going to fix everything. A lot of the times it's in a relationship. Like, oh, once I get a wife, I'll start thinking about saving for kids' college fund or saving for a down payment on a house. But right now, since they're not in my life, I'm just gonna go out and party. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna waste my life away. So many times we're waiting on the wrong thing. And we're waiting on something that may never come until we actually start doing what we need to do. It's a lot of entrepreneurs, investors, they go into business ventures together with their spouse. And half the time, they don't meet their spouse until they start jumping into those ventures. And that's something I had to accept. I don't know if it's culture or what, but I've been trying to be pushed into relationships, to finding a woman. Listen, if the right woman came into my life at this moment, I'd be fine with that. I would be totally cool. But I'm not actively like, oh, I gotta find it because I can't do anything else until I get one. I don't know. No. Whether you're a man or woman, you don't need that other person in your life to do what you want to do. Go do what you want to do right now. Don't sit around waiting. Do not wait. Next thing is, I'm not done planning. Oof. A perfect example of this is April 2022, so a year ago now, is when I decided that I wanted to do an Airbnb business. Do you know how long it took me to actually start my Airbnb? Let's see, April, May, June, July, August. It took me almost 5 months, when really I could have made it happen in April or May. It was just, I was trying to make the perfect plan, and even though I thought I had the perfect plan was nowhere near perfect. So the thing is, something that I'm trying to adopt, it's a napkin method. You take, it doesn't have to be a napkin, but like a square sticky note here. If you can take just a piece of paper this size, whatever it is, You write down as many details as possible, whatever you need. Break down numbers, whatever, on that one piece of sticky note or paper, napkin, whatever, front and back. Or I guess you could unravel the napkin and do it that way. But if you can't make it work, or you should make a deal with yourself where whatever you put on that piece of paper is how you're going to make your decision. So you either, when you're done with that napkin, you either decide, yes, I'm doing it, or no. Because if you sit there and tell yourself that I need to plan more, I need to do this more, you're never going to do it. Or you're going to do it and it's going to be too late. Next thing is, it's too risky. How many times have you heard that? How many times have your parents told you that? It's a tough one because where you're at in life determines kind of how much risk you can take. If you're a young kid, just graduating high school, early college, your risk level should be through the roof. Your risk tolerance, you should basically have none. If you got a family, it's a little different. You got to be a little bit more careful. But the thing is, when you're younger, you have more time. And a lot of times, first-time business owners fail. I've accepted that. If I fail at Airbnb, I fail at Airbnb. But I'm going to fight trying not to. But the thing is, I'm 23. If I fail, guess what? I'll find some other business to start. And I'll keep doing it until I hit one. But that's the thing about starting young. If you can start young, you are perfect. You are set. If you're a little bit later in life, you got family, you got a mortgage, whatever. You have to get a little more creative, and your risk tolerance can't be as high, because I don't think your wife would be too happy if you took your life savings and tried to start a business and it failed. Maybe your wife is awesome and she's just like, go do you, honey. I'm going to support you. I'm going to help you run your business. But if you have kids and that might be going to college and stuff, maybe not the best idea. It's all about tolerance. But the thing is, no matter where you're at in life, you cannot be afraid to take risk. Because without risk, there is no reward. The only reward you get without risk is comfort. That's it. You will never achieve greatness. You will never have great success just by not taking risk. The last one, it's probably one of the biggest ones. I'm worried about what people will think about me. Way too often, we are worried about our image, of what people think. And understandably so. I did not realize how brutal some of you are out there. I don't even have 100 subscribers, and yes, I know this isn't the prettiest face. I know that I need to lose weight. I know that I'm trying to become the best version of myself. I understand that. I know I might have a double chin if I look a certain way. I know my facial hair isn't going to be full. That's why I'm trying to shave it and get it to cycle in, all that stuff. I know I'm in a bedroom. I know it's dark in here. I know the lighting's not great. I know. But guess what? Ultimately, I do not give a crap. Because I am doing this for those of you that want to get better, want to improve, want to hear the message instead of worrying about my voice, worrying about what I'm wearing, worried about my eyes looking like I'm exhausted, because I am. We worry way too much about what people think. It happens to me all the time. Just the other night, I was pitching a business idea, and somebody that I care about, that's close to me, laughed at it, and I was like, oh, it hurt for a second, and then I was like, you know what, it doesn't matter. The only opinion that matters is mine. And so we gotta quit worrying about what people think. The only opinion about whatever it is you're doing, whether it's your image, whether it's a business idea, whatever it is, the only opinion that matters is yours. If you believe in yourself, believe in what you want to do, go do it. Don't worry about what people think. Don't worry about it. Because ultimately, most of the time, when people look down on what you're doing, they look down on it now. But then when you have achieved what you want to achieve, they try to come back. And they end up being those ones that try to vulture. But guess what? You have two options then. You can either welcome them in with open arms, or you know what? You could say, you didn't believe in me. I'm going to keep you at an arm's distance. And that's rough. That may be savage, but guess what? It's their own fault. So how do we stop making excuses? Good question. Through my research, through my inward look on myself, the best way that I think that we can stop making excuses is to become more self-aware. You have to be able to sit there and take a self-assessment and think, am I making excuses? When you have an opportunity that presents itself, whatever it may be, whatever it is, like your wife asks you to take the dog out, or your mom asks you to take the dog out. I really don't feel like it, Mom. I got this going on. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Do you really? Just take the dang dog out. But really, sit there and you need to have that conversation. It's gonna take conscious thought about it. Like, man, this is hard, but if I do it, there could be huge reward on the other side. And so you have to sit there and make yourself do hard stuff. But you have to become more self-aware of how you handle certain situations, certain decisions. You just have to become more in line with your subconscious self, and start to nitpick it. Be like, okay, this needs to come out, and so you need to work on putting this in that spot, whatever it is. Another way that we can stop making excuses is to consciously tell yourself not to use an excuse. You gotta, it's the same thing as being self-aware. You have to sit there and be like, I'm about to use an excuse, but I'm not going to. An excuse came to my head. No, I'm not using it. Once you have the self-awareness to sit there and consciously stop yourself from making an excuse, over time, that will get to where those excuses don't pop into your head. You get presented with a hard opportunity, it just becomes hardwired that you're like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I know that there's probably a reward on the other side. And if I do this easy thing, it may come with a small reward, but if I do this hard thing, it could be a huge reward. And the thing is, once you get to that point, then you have to do the exact thing that you were about to make an excuse for. All in. Because if you don't do it all in, you might fail. And then you're going to sit there and validate exactly why you were trying to make an excuse for it. So you have to do it all in. If you want any sort of adventure or success in your life, you are going to have to stop making excuses. An extraordinary life requires extraordinary action and discipline. You need to be disciplined to not make excuses and to make yourself take action. Like I said at the beginning, excuses are part of everyone's life, and they all stink to high heaven. Excuses really do stink. You can almost, when somebody, think about it, close your eyes for a second. You ask somebody to do something and you make an excuse. You could smell that sucker so bad because you know that it's just an excuse. Think about it. Just think. Sit there and think about it. Think about an excuse that you've made before. And just sit there and think about if you got that same exact excuse thrown back at you, what you would think. It burns. You could smell it. It burns. We've got to stop making excuses. If you want to do anything awesome in your life, whether it be business, whether it be just life in general, whether you want to have a bomb stinking marriage or an awesome relationship with your kids, whatever, stop making excuses. You're not too tired. You have enough time. You have everything you need to get everything you want. You just have to stop making excuses and be disciplined and get it done. Told you this one was coming in with some heavy hitters, heavy punches coming in. But that's all that I have for you guys today. I appreciate you. If you stuck around to the end of the video, you're my favorite kind of people. And then you become my ultra favorite kind of people if you like the video, if you share it with your friends and family, and if you're not subscribed, you can become one of my favorite people by subscribing. And don't forget, if you want to get notified anytime I post, turn on the notification bell. But yeah, please share this stuff. I really think it could help people. Yes, I may not have the elite level backdrop, whatever, office space, whatever. But I'm telling you, this information is hot. It is fire. But I really appreciate you guys. I've got a lot of content coming your way. Content has become at the very forefront of my mind. I want to build my image, my reputation. I want to build my brand, and this is what I want it to be. I want to build the foundation. It may be a slow growth, but man, I think it's going to turn into something awesome, and I'm so glad you guys are a part of it. But stop making excuses. Go have an awesome day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.